Hey, are you feeling like you're just spinning your wheels, working harder than ever, but not really getting anywhere as we look towards 2025?
Yeah, or maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed by, the sheer speed of everything changing, wondering if you're really cut out for all this.
Exactly, pouring everything in, but those breakthroughs feel just elusive. And honestly, with all the must-dos for next year, sometimes you just want to pull the covers over your head, right?
Totally get that.
Well, if any of that sounds familiar and you're driven, you want to grow your business or just yourself, then you're in the right place. Welcome back to The Deep Dive. This is where you give us the source material, could be anything, articles, notes, and we pull out the actionable stuff.
The nuggets you can actually use.
And this deep dive, it's specifically designed for you to help you really navigate and, well, thrive in 2025.
Absolutely. We're zeroing in today on, the keys to business success next year. And our starting point is Amy Morin's book, 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do.
Right. Such a great framework.
It really is. We're basically translating those core mental principles into, concrete strategies for dealing with what's coming. The AI acceleration, market ups and downs, that constant pressure.
We want to move past just the ideas, right? Get into stuff you can actually use instantly.
Exactly. Beyond the theory, into action. We're focusing on those really destructive anti-habits that mentally strong people manage to avoid.
Yes, those things they don't do.
Yeah.
And turning that around into a positive plan for you. So let's kick things off with a big one. Change.
Yes. Change, the only constant.
Okay, takeaway number one, don't shy away from change. The book puts it really well, basically trying to cling to comfort when everything's moving. It's like trying to stand still at an escalator going down.
Yeah, good analogy. Mentally strong people don't just put up with change. They see it as, necessary for growth.
And for 2025, this isn't just, a nice to have mindset. It's survival.
Absolutely essential.
Think about AI, how fast that's moving. Remote work shifts, economic turbulence. Resisting change now, that's basically signing up to become obsolete.
Ouch. But true.
For entrepreneurs especially, being agile isn't just jargon, it's your lifeline. Dodging those maybe uncomfortable pivots now, it just means bigger problems down the road. Think of this as your survival guide.
Good way to put it.
So, action plan time for 2025. I want you to pinpoint just one area, your business, your career, whatever, where change is needed, but you've been kind of dragging your feet.
Okay.
Maybe it's that new software everyone's talking about, or that marketing strategy that's clearly stalled, or even just how your team works together now. Just pick one thing. What is it for you?
Got one in mind.
Okay, now step one, something for today. We're not talking massive upheaval here. It's just a small test.
A little experiment.
Yeah, a behavioral experiment, as the book calls it. Commit to it for 1 week. If it's software, maybe 15 minutes a day exploring it, new marketing angle. Just draft, like one email or post.
Low stakes. Just dip your toe in.
Exactly. And for you entrepreneurs wrestling with AI, your mission for this week, find 1 or 2 AI tools relevant to a bottleneck you have.
Okay.
Then block out 10-15 minutes daily to actually play with them. Don't just read about AI, get your hands dirty, see what it can really do.
That practical application is key. And it's interesting, the book uses the example of Judge Greg Mathis.
Oh yeah, quite a story there.
A really dramatic life transformation, right? From juvenile issues to becoming this respected judge. He didn't just passively accept change, he actively steered through it, even with criticism.
So the lesson for us.
Well, for you listening, your 2025 changes might be more about tech or markets, not quite that dramatic, but the principle, it's the same. Proactively step towards the necessary shifts. Don't just get dragged along.
Right. Choose to steer. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the second. This is crucial, don't fear taking calculated risks.
The calculated part is important.
Very. The book emphasizes this isn't about being reckless. It's about looking at risk logically, right?
Right.
Weighing the potential downside against the potential upside, not just letting fear run the show.
Because that's where the opportunity often lies, isn't it? Just outside that comfort zone.
Totally. And think about 2025, playing it super safe in this competitive landscape with new tech popping up constantly. That might actually be the riskiest thing you can do.
It really could be. Standing still means falling behind.
Exactly. Making those informed, calculated bets. It's going to be key to staying relevant. Now, I get it. Fear of failure, fear of loss. It can be paralyzing, especially with so much uncertainty.
No, absolutely. It's a real feeling.
But mentally strong people, they learn to analyze those feelings, separate the emotion from the logic, and focus on what could be gained.
They focus on the potential outcomes, not just the anxieties.
Right. So your 2025 strategy session for this one, think about one potential risk, something you're hesitant about, but you know it could really move the needle on a key goal.
Okay, what could that be?
Maybe it's launching that new service or making that critical hire, perhaps trying a totally different marketing channel that feels, a bit scary. Just one. What pops into your head? Now, step one for today. Let's break it down logically. Get a piece of paper, open a doc, whatever. 2 columns.
Okay, practical. I like it.
Left side, potential costs. Time, money, reputation hit, operational disruption. Be honest. Right side, potential benefits. Growth, efficiency, market share, learning.
Got it. Costs and benefits.
Now look at the absolute worst case cost you listed. Compare that to the potential best case benefit. How does that equation look just initially? Does the potential reward justify the potential risk?
That simple comparison can be really clarifying.
It really can. And for those entrepreneurs looking at AI, feeling that hesitation,
Yeah, the cost can seem high.
do your homework. Research the specific ROI for AI on a particular task in your business. Find data, case studies.
Yeah.
What are the real costs? What are the efficiency gains?
Don't just guess.
Exactly. And maybe don't go all in at once. Try a small pilot program first. Test it, gather your own data, then decide whether to scale.
Smart. And the book brings up Richard Branson here.
Mr. Virgin himself.
Right. He's built an empire by taking calculated risks, often going against the grain, but it wasn't impulsive.
No, definitely not impulsive.
It was based on weighing that potential outcome against the risk involved, really evaluating it.
So for you listening, facing 2025 decisions, maybe about generative AI or new markets or cybersecurity.
The takeaway is use data, analyze, don't just react to fear or headlines, make informed choices.
Excellent point. Okay, on to number 3. This one's huge, especially in innovation. Don't give up after the first failure.
Oh yeah, this trips up so many people.
It really does. The core idea from the book is that mentally strong people just don't see failure as final or as a reflection of them personally.
Right. It's not I am a failure, it's that attempt failed. Big difference.
Huge difference. They see it as feedback. Invaluable data, really, on the path to getting it right. They actually study their mistakes.
Learn from them so they don't repeat them.
Exactly. And looking at 2025, things are moving so fast, right? We're all iterating, trying new things, new marketing, beta products, different ways of working. Setbacks are basically guaranteed.
They're part of the process, aren't they?
Totally. If you take every stumble personally, you'll just quit way too soon. This is all about building resilience, that ability to learn, adapt, bounce back. It's non-negotiable in a market that demands constant evolution.
So how do you build that resilience muscle?
Okay, 2025 reflection time. Think back. A recent setback, a failure business, personal project, something this year. Don't just gloss over it. Bring it to mind. What actually happened?
Got it.
Step 1 for today. Let's do what the book calls a mistake study. Shift from emotion to analysis.
Okay.
Ask, what specifically went wrong? Just the facts, no blame yet.
Yeah.
Then, what could I have done differently? Own your part. What alternative actions were there?
Be honest with yourself.
Crucial. And finally, the most important bit. What concrete steps will I take differently next time? What's the tangible change in approach?
So it's forward-looking.
Exactly. For you entrepreneurs, maybe that product launch underperformed in 2025. Don't just shelve it.
Analyze it.
Dig into the sales data, the customer feedback, the marketing metrics. Where did it fall short? Then create an action plan for the next iteration based on that learning.
Makes sense. And the book uses Milton Hershey's story here.
The chocolate guy.
The very same. He apparently failed in business 5 times before Hershey's took off.
Wow, 5 times. That's persistence.
Incredible, right? But he reportedly saw each failure not as a reason to quit, but as a lesson. Market lessons, operational lessons. They were stepping stones, not walls.
So if your 2025 ad campaign flops, or that remote team collaboration hits a snag,
don't just get discouraged. Analyze the why. What data can you pull from it to make smarter choices next time? That's the key.
love it. Okay, number 4, don't expect immediate results.
Oof, in our instant world, this is a tough one.
It really is.
Yeah.
But the book highlights that mentally strong people cultivate patience. They understand that meaningful things take consistent effort over time. They fight that urge for the quick win.
They play the long game.
Exactly. And in 2025, we see all these overnight success stories online, don't we?
All the time. It looks so easy.
But it almost always hides years of grinding, learning, failing, refining. Building a sustainable business, real expertise, a strong network. It just takes time. There's no shortcut.
And being able to delay gratification, to stick with it, that's a real competitive advantage.
Huge advantage, especially when others are jumping from trend to trend looking for that magic bullet.
So what's the action plan for cultivating patience?
All right, 2025 vision time. Identify one long-term goal, something that you know requires that steady, consistent effort.
Okay.
Maybe it's building a loyal email list, creating that cornerstone piece of content, automating a core business process, just one big thing that won't happen overnight. What is it for you? Now, step one for today, break that big goal down, way down, into the smallest daily or weekly action you can track.
Tiny steps.
The tiniest. Then, shift your focus. Stop obsessing about the giant end goal. Focus purely on hitting those small, consistent steps. Visualize yourself doing the work week in, week out, not just the celebration at the end. What's one tiny thing you can do today?
Focus on the process, not just the prize.
Precisely. And for you entrepreneurs wanting, say, strong organic lead flow in 2025,
Yeah, everyone wants that.
don't expect to go viral next week. Commit to, say, one high-quality blog post or video every single week. Consistent.
Rain or shine.
Exactly. And measure your progress, not just by leads right away, but by, did I publish this week? Is my tiny audience growing even slightly? Is engagement ticking up? That's how you build a real foundation.
That makes sense. It shifts the focus to controllable actions. And the book mentions James Dyson. Right?
Oh, the vacuum guy, yes.
14 years, 5,000 prototypes before he got his vacuum to market successfully.
14 years, wow.
Talk about commitment. He wasn't driven by immediate sales, clearly. He had that long-term vision and just kept iterating.
Incredible example. So for you listening, whether it's building business value, mastering AI, whatever,
Remember, Dyson, it often takes patient, persistent, iterative effort over a long time, not just one brilliant idea.
so true. Okay, final one. Number 5, and it's a powerful one. Don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself.
Ah, the self-pity trap. Easy to fall into.
Very easy. But the book points out it's all about where you direct your energy. Mentally strong people make a conscious choice.
They choose productivity over pity.
Exactly. They channel energy into action, into gratitude, rather than getting stuck in that quicksand of self-pity. It just drains you and stops you from moving forward.
It really does paralyze you.
And let's be real about 2025. There will be challenges. Market shifts, unexpected competition, personal stuff hitting the fan. It happens.
Life happens, business happens.
Right. And dwelling on why me or how unfair it all is, it just burns up the fuel you desperately need to actually solve the problem and adapt.
You need that energy for finding solutions, not complaining.
Absolutely. Building that resilience, that ability to just acknowledge, okay, this sucks, and then immediately pivot to what can I control? What can I do now? That's going to be vital for bouncing back fast next year.
Quick recovery is key.
So your 2025 Mental Toolkit Edition. The next time,
Yeah.
the very next time you feel that pull towards feeling sorry for yourself about something, a setback, a disappointment,
We all feel it sometimes.
it's totally normal.
Yeah.
But notice it. What's a recent example for you? When did you feel that?
Okay.
Now, step 1 for today. The moment you notice it, consciously interrupt the pattern. Do something else. Immediately shift your behavior.
Actively counter it.
Yes. Do something constructive. Help someone else out. Go for a walk. Exercise. Work on a small piece of a goal. Or just grab a pen and list 3 things, specific things you're grateful for right now.
Shift your focus externally or towards action.
Exactly. What small action can you commit to right now for the next time that feeling hits?
That conscious interruption is powerful.
It is. And for entrepreneurs facing, say, a big market disruption in 2025,
Yeah, that can feel really unfair.
resist the urge to complain and blame.
Yeah.
Accept the new reality quickly. Then immediately start brainstorming. What can we do? How can we adapt? Who can I talk to?
Network, look for solutions, maybe even hidden opportunities in the disruption itself.
Precisely. Look for the opening. And, the book tells the story of Wilma Rudolph.
Oh, the Olympic runner. Incredible story.
Right. Overcame childhood polio, serious physical limitations. But she didn't dwell on the unfairness.
No, she focused on what she could do.
Exactly. Poured her energy into training, into her abilities, and became a gold medalist. Her self-worth wasn't tied to having it easy. It was built on her determination.
Such a powerful mindset shift from victim to agent.
So, for you listening, when 2025 throwed you a curveball, new regulations, a tough competitor, remember Rudolph. Focus on action. Focus on the resources you do have. Don't get stuck on the perceived injustice.
Use your energy wisely.
Exactly. So as we wrap this up, remember building mental strength. It's not about pretending challenges don't exist or being emotionless.
No, not at all.
It's about recognizing these 5 common traps: dodging change, fearing calculated risks, giving up too soon, needing instant results, getting stuck in self-pity, and making a conscious choice to respond differently.
A more empowered response.
Yes, and as you navigate everything 2025 has in store, actively avoiding these anti-habits, it's not just about survival.
It's about thriving.
It gives you the clarity, the resilience, the focus you need to actually execute your plans, adapt when needed, keep learning, and build something that lasts.
And remember, it's a practice, right? Not perfection.
Absolutely. Every time you make that conscious choice, you're strengthening that mental muscle. It's a journey.
Couldn't agree more. And maybe just one final thought for you to take away and really mull over.
Yeah.
Think honestly, which one of these 5 anti-habits do you feel you're most susceptible to right now? Which one tends to trip you up the most?
Good question.
And once you have that, identify just one small, concrete shift, something in your thinking or an action you can take starting today. How can you begin to build that specific mental muscle for the road ahead in 2025 and beyond? What's that one small shift going to be for you?